I hope that you are here to help me because I need a lot of help trying to get through the rest of this year because I'm in quite a book slump and I need your help deciding what I should do. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to kind of sit down, just talk with you, kind of go over what I've already done, what I'm thinking about doing. Also, I had done a video at the beginning of the year of 24 books that I want to read by the end of 2024, or I'm just going to unhaul them. I've gotten those books back out because I'm in a little bit of a reading slump to where I don't know what I want to read, where I want to go with everything. I had some plans at the beginning of the year of what I wanted to accomplish. I'm falling behind on that. I'm in a little bit of a slumpy mood from the book that I read, which I'm going to go over with you on. And I don't know. I don't know where I should go from here. So I thought maybe let's just talk it out. Let's figure out what we should do. Give me some suggestions in the comments below. And make sure that you always check my description box because I am now a ambassador for the Bookish box. So if you go into my description box, you will find my ambassador link where I have a storefront of some of the items that I do love, but you can shop their entire website from my link. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a small percentage back, but if you are looking for anything bookish merch related, I highly suggest going there because this sweater that I'm wearing right here, it says, "To the stars who listen and to the dreams that are answered." This shirt or sweatshirt is from the Bookish box. It is an oversized sweater. I did get like 1 or 2 sizes bigger than what I normally am because I like them, big. But the quality is so good. The fleece lining inside is so soft. I absolutely love all of their sweaters and their t-shirts. So if anything else, you don't have to be a subscriber to them or anything. If anything else, go check out their shirts, their joggers, and their sweatshirts because all of them are so comfy. It's a Sunday. I'm in joggers and a sweatshirt from them, just relaxing. So definitely go check my link below if you would like to get any of that merchandise. Also, my Pango Books account, my Patreon, and everything else is in the description box. I will be doing a Patreon exclusive sprints probably the first or second weekend of April. So if you are a Patreon member, be on the lookout for that and come join me. But let's just get into the video today and let's talk about how I got here, what I'm planning on doing, and how I need your help. Okay, so if you saw was it my last video that I posted? Because I didn't post a video this past Saturday because like I said, I've been in a slumpy mood. I'm not really enjoying what I'm reading. So the book that got me there was from one of the random number generators off of my TBR cart. That is Glass Sword by Victoria Aveyard. This was book 2 in the Red Queen series. I loved Red Queen. I couldn't wait to continue on with the series. The problem is, I got into this book. I don't know if it was just the time that was between the first book and the second book. I don't know if it is because it's YA and I don't really like a lot of YA much anymore. I don't know what the circumstances was. But after reading this, have just fell into a mood where I'm like, I don't want to pick up any books. I don't want to read anything. Nothing is gravitating, in my way. I didn't know what to do. I do not like this book. I don't think that I'm going to continue on with the series. I think I'm just going to DNF it at this point because I'm not going to put myself through 2 or 3 more books just to try to see if I like it. Book 1 was great. I enjoyed it. It wasn't a 5-star, but it made me want to keep going. Book 2 really put me into the slumpy mood that I'm in. So I think I'm just going to DNF this whole series, and this is where the whole drop of my reading came from. So with having that out of the way of how I got to where I'm at, I was sitting around for the past few days between work and spending time with my husband and my friends. I was just thinking, you had a goal in mind, and I did at the beginning of the year, where I wanted to shrink my physical TBR by quite a bit, whether that be reading the books on there, unhauling books that no longer, interest me. I wanted to get through that because I want books on my bookshelf, not only that I've read and I absolutely love, but I also want books that I want to read, that I'm dying to read. And there's quite a lot that maybe I bought 2, 3, 4+ years ago, and I'm no longer gravitating towards them. I'm no longer wanting to read them, and they've sat for so long on my shelves. So this whole year is going to be a clean out of sorts. I keep going every month through my shelves, getting rid of books that I no longer am interested in reading, no longer interested in the YA books or the dystopian books or whatever type of books they are. If I want to pick them up, I'm sure I can get them on Kindle or from my library or through Everand, which was formerly called Scribd. Somehow I can get the books. I don't need to physically own them. But I feel like if they've been on my shelf this long and I haven't thought about them one time, why would I pick them up later on? I don't think that I would. So that was my goal. I have a TBR card that I have not read a whole lot from, which that's the next video you're going to see. I am going to be constructing my April TBR from a number generator that picks my books off of my cart, because I am determined to get that cart to 0 books and then fill it back up again from my shelves. So we're going to be doing some damage. So let's get into the 24 books that I put on that list, in case if either A, you forgot what I put on there, or B, you haven't seen my video. This is where I need your help. I need you to let me know any of these books or series that I have in this pile. I need you to let me know, do you think that I should give them a try? Are there any that are sticking out to you that maybe you have read that you would think I actually would really like and I should prioritize? Because I'm not going to lie to you, I haven't gravitated towards any of them, and they've been on my cart for the past 3 months. So let's just kind of go over them. And this is where you can comment and tell me, yes, read that series, or yes, read that book. Don't just unhaul it. You're going to love it. And the first one that's up is a trilogy, and I have all 3 books, and it is the Chemical Garden trilogy by, who is it by? Lauren DeStefano. Anyway, I have Wither, Fever, and Sever. I don't even know what order they go in, but I do have all 3 of these books. I think they are YA. I haven't gravitated towards them. They've been on my shelves for so long, I couldn't even tell you what these are about. So I don't know if I should give them a try. They're pretty short, in my opinion, and they have pretty big writing, so I don't think it would be terribly long for me to get through them. But I just don't know if it's going to be something that I'm going to love anymore. Kind of like the Red Queen series. Is it too YA? Am I not going to end up liking it? Let me know in the comments. The next one that is on that list is Serpent and Dove by Shelby McCurran. I have not picked this up. I had asked for it, I think a couple years ago for my birthday, because everybody was talking about it. And then I saw a lot of booktubers, bookstagrammers that I trust, that I get a lot of recommendations from, or that I talk to frequently, and they said, yes, book 1 was great, but Blood and Honey, the second book, wasn't good at all. It was a struggle to get through, and then the third book was good. I don't know if I want to put my time in to a trilogy if I'm only going to like 2 out of the 3 books. And I even was told that the third book, even though it was still good, it wasn't the best. So am I going to enjoy this series? I don't know. I know it deals with a witch and a witch hunter, and I think it's a forced marriage. That's about as far as I know. I don't know if I want to start this. I know that there are a lot of people out there that love this trilogy, but there's also so many, equally as many, that don't like it. So I just need your opinions on, should I even give it a shot? And then we have, I think it's an indie author. It is To Carve a Fey Heart by Tasanya Odette. I do know that this is a loved series by a lot of people. And I have seen some book boxes. I think Butterfly Book Box recently, in the past couple months, did a bind up of the trilogy in a very beautiful edition. I've never read the first book, so of course I wasn't going to buy the bind up no matter how gorgeous it was. But I've had this for a year or two on my shelves because I won like a bunch of these paperbacks in a giveaway at one point, and I've never went to it. I know that it deals with, I think, fated mates. I think it deals with the Fae, of course. I don't know much about it, so let me know in the comments if you think that I should give this a shot or if I should just make it a wash and just let it ride. I have another book of the month book on here that I have never gravitated towards, and that is Sky Without Stars. It's System Divine, book 1 by Jessica Brody and Joanne Rindle. I don't even know much about this. I think I picked it up as like an extra in one of my book boxes several months ago because the premise sounded good. I don't even remember what the premise is. I don't remember anything about this, so I don't know if it is, all straight sci-fi. Is it a sci-fi romance? I don't know. And then one of the decisions that I made at one point in my life was to buy like the first 10 books in the Black Dagger Brotherhood, I think is what it's called, series. This is, I think, the first one, Dark Lover. I have them all in this little, mass market paperback. So if I don't end up getting to this by the end of the year, then I'm just going to unhaul the whole entire series. I think you can see it up there on the last shelf. Like, it's going to make a whole lot of room for me. If I end up not liking it, I've never gravitated towards it. I've heard so many people talk about this series and they absolutely love it. But do I want to commit to like 30 books? Because I know that there is an absorbent amount in the Black Dagger Brotherhood. And then you also have like the spinoff, which is like the Next Generation, I think. I don't know if I want to commit to that many books. So I have one that has already been spoiled for me, but that's Hush Hush by Becca Fitzpatrick. This is an oldie, and whenever I say oldie, it was like 2010, 2012, whenever it came out, back in like the Fallen Angels era. I picked it up because I've heard a lot of people say that it is really, really good. However, I ended up watching a video by another booktuber, and I found out what the series was about, and now I'm kind of on the fence if I even want to read it. I don't know. Am I still in my Fallen Angel era? Am I out of it? I loved Fallen by Lauren Kate, but I don't know if I want to go back down the whole Fallen Angel bit again. So we have a trilogy up next that I had picked up at a local library sale about a year ago, a little over a year ago, whenever I went with one of my friends, and they each were, like, I think the whole set was $1, I think, and that is by C.L. Polk. The books are Storm Song, Witchmark, and Soul Star. I know nothing about these books. I don't know what they're about. I don't know anything about them alone from the covers are pretty and they were $1 and I got them. So if you have heard anything about any of these books, please let me know if I should even give them a try. Again, we have another series, but it's a duology, and I got them from Book of the Month, and that is Ninth House and Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. I do not like Leigh Bardugo's Six of Crows series. I don't like, what's the other one? The whole Grishaverse. How about that? I don't like those books. It's not that they're not good, because I definitely can see why people love them, but I am just not into her writing or her world building. I don't know. There's something about it that I don't click with. Now, I did pick these up because I heard that they were like dark academia, dealing with like secret societies, and I was kind of all in for that. But then I also found out that like Ninth House is very, very hard to get through because it's very slow and lackluster. So I don't know if I want to do this because I think there's even a third book coming out. Do I even want to commit to that? I did just recently read Gothicana by Rue Nix, which is a dark academia romance. And I wasn't vibing with it at all. Maybe I don't like dark academia. So let me know below with all that information. Do you think that I should try these or if I should just get rid of them now and not waste my time? Something that I have realized, I am not good at picking out Book of the Month books because I have The Half Moon by Mary Beth Keane, another book that I got in my subscription. I picked it out myself. If anyone knows about Book of the Month, you pick out the books yourself, and I'm not doing a good job because I picked it out because it sounded like it would be a book that I would like. I think it deals with a local bar in a very small town, and it's all about like the found family and how the whole town is together, but then secrets come out. And it sounded like a good concept. But then I found out that it's more like literary fiction, and I'm just not a literary fiction girly, so I don't know if I should even try. There isn't very many pages in here. It's definitely under 300. I think that it would be like a quick, in one day type of read, but I don't know if I want to put myself through that. I don't know. I have an indie romance or an indie fantasy romance author that had sent me their book for me to read, and of course I did not read it, and that is Bound by Honor by Rose Sarton. I don't know what this is about. It just says, can two hearts bond a galaxy apart? I don't know what that means, but I think it's a beautiful cover. I just haven't gravitated towards it. And I kick myself all the time because I absolutely love supporting indie authors. I love, telling people to read these books that I find that are gems that need to be talked about. And I just never went to this. And I don't know if it's because it just sat on part of my shelf or if it's more sci-fi, because I have realized I'm very picky on my sci-fi. So I don't know what it is. It's not very long. Again, it's under 300 pages with really big writing. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I had picked up a book because it was coming to Netflix. And I'm one of those people that want to read the book before I watch the show. However, I have not gravitated towards this book. And that is The Three-Body Problem by Ken Liu. And this, I think, is already out on Netflix as of me filming this. And it's about like trying to recreate or stop our world from like ending and things. I don't even know. All I know is President Barack Obama blurbed this on the back. It says, wildly imaginative. Can you guys see that? Did he read it when he was president or after he was president? That's what I'd like to know. This book has been on my shelf, I kid you not, since 2017, 2018. For sure. At least 7 years. At least. So 2017. And that is The Hollow by Jessica Verde. It's been on my shelf for at least a minimum of 7 years. At this point, do I even need to try to read it? Okay, so we have 3 books by the same authors. 2 of them are in a series. One of them is another series that they're doing. And it's all by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. First, we have My Contrary Mary. You have... Let me grab that book. Sorry for throwing my books, but you have My Plain Jane, and then you have My Lady Jane. Now, these books are about different Janes or Marys in time. You have My Lady Jane, which I think is about, Long Live the King Edward. It's about Jane, who was like the 9-day queen, I believe. And then you have My Plain Jane, which is kind of a book about, actually, I don't know. I don't know who it's about. And then you have My Contrary Mary, which is supposed to be about Mary, Queen of Scots. Yeah, so I don't know, you guys. Let me just put them the right way. I don't know, you guys. I picked these up because I loved the concept of these books. However, I have not gravitated towards them. Am I going to read them? Do I want to read them? I don't know. I have a problem. So I have Bonesmith by Nikki Powell Preto. This is, I think, the Bookish Box edition. Yeah, this is the Bookish Box edition. It's very stunning. And the reason why I kept the Bookish Box edition is because I think it's beautiful. So if I end up reading it and I end up liking it, then, I want to keep this copy. I don't know. I know that they said that it is kind of like the White Walkers from Game of Thrones. And I'm interested because I think she's a necromancer, so she goes to the land of the dead, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm kind of intrigued. I really want to read this because, of course, I am a big Game of Thrones fan. We're not going to talk about the last season. That season never happened. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to pick it up. I think it's YA. I don't know if there's any romance in it. I have to have somewhat of a romance in a book or I'm not interested. I know that sounds weird, but it doesn't have to be romance in the sense of like behind closed doors type of stuff, but just something I need. The next book is called Starling by Isabel Strich. I can't say that last name. This is a stunning cover. I had gotten this from the Bookaholics outlet several months ago during one of their big sales. And it interested me. I wanted to read it, and then I've never thought about it since, even though this cover is gorgeous. I just don't know if I'm going to get to it. I think it is YA. Am I really going to read a YA? I don't know. And before you say it, I know I'm terrible at Book of the Month picks. Okay, I got that. But this is The Lifestyle by Taylor Hahn. I thought this would be kind of an interesting read because it is about a girl that ends up in a relationship, but they end up doing the whole swinging thing, I think, to spice up their sex life. And I was like, what would drive a couple to do that? And why would you want to do that? So I was intrigued about it, but I've never thought about it since. So again, I don't know if I want to read it. The last book on my list that I had was The Fairy Games by Michelle Maddow, and this is the Dark World Complete series. It's a chunker. It's huge. It's under 800 pages, so I don't know how many books are in here. Maybe like 3, 4, something like that. But I got this for $4 at my local used bookstore. And I was like, this looks interesting. Let's get it. I didn't even read the back of it, so I couldn't even tell you what it's about. I think that I'm not going to read this. It looks very YA. It looks something like I would not read at all. So I may end up just letting it go. But if any of you have read this series and you think that I would like it, please tell me below. So that is where I need your help. Let me know about any of these books, if you have read them, if you think that I should try to read them, or if I should just let them sit and then get rid of them at the end of the year. I don't know why I'm in this slumpy mood. I am sorry that there wasn't a video this past Saturday. I just didn't have any content to give you. And I felt like, maybe a day of rest and kind of just getting back into reading. I think that would be the best thing for my mental health. Also, I do have some good news. I know that I've been talking about being in a slumpy mood since I read Glass Sword, I think is what it's called. I went onto NetGalley and I was like, let's just find a new book that hasn't came out. Let's just see if I can reinvigorate my love of reading. And I did find a new to me author. I don't know if she's a debut author or if this is just her new series, but it is book 1 in her new trilogy. I'm 50% of the way through it. Actually, I'm like 56% of the way through it. I'll probably finish it today. I think that I will be out of my book slump after today, and I can't wait to tell you about it because it comes out April 9th, and you need to read it if you are a fantasy romance girly. However, I'm saving what book it is because I have 40% left to go in this book. That could break it, right? Like right now, I'm loving this book. There's still 40% of the way to go through, so I will reserve my recommendation until I get through it. But let me know in the comments below any books I should prioritize, and definitely look forward to my video coming out this coming Saturday. I am doing my TBR video. Number generator is going to pick off of my cart because we are determined to get through that TBR cart. Just super determined. So stick around for that. I have a feeling it's going to be pretty fun. I'm going to be in the same outfit because I'm going to film that video right now. Maybe spark my interest in reading again, knowing that in a week I can start these books, and I can't wait. So I hope you all have a great day, and don't forget to comment or check my links below. Don't miss out on any of the good quality shirts, sweatshirts, and joggers that Bookish Box has. I know with their books and such, they are behind, but their clothing, so worth it. I can't rave about them enough. But I will see you guys next time. Bye!